Hello there, this is Witty here, and this is a replay of a 1v1 on the map Metalopolis. It is between SjoW, playing at the top position here, 12 o'clock position, and at the 2 o'clock position on the right hand side of the map is DuckloadRa, playing as a red Protoss. So we've got blue Terran, red Protoss. Go! Anyway, this is a replay from IEM European Championships Season 5. Basically, it's just what I've got from a replay site, but it's quite popular. It's the finals, so I'm not sure which... I think this is the first game of 4 or something from the finals, so I'm going to be covering this one. So, as we can see, not too much going on right now. Just a bit of scouting from DuckloadRa. He's not going to find anything over there. Meanwhile, SjoW has got himself a barracks a fair distance away from the ramp. Now I think that's a safe bet against Protoss. I don't think you want to block in your ramp against a Protoss. Really against a Zerg player. The refinery is already up and that's being harvested by 3 SCVs. Can you believe it? 3. So we've got a Marine on his way, and it looks like an SCV is going to do a little bit of scouting, or maybe he's going to build something here. Yes he is, he's going for a supply depot. Maybe that's just to spot any stalkers or something like that that might blink up onto that point there. Meanwhile, we have a cybernetics core going straight after the gateway for a DuckloadRa, so it looks like he's not going to be getting this... Oh, he's going to get himself a cellar, just one, just to protect himself a little bit. Not that necessary. Got a Marine here chasing down the probe. Don't think the Marine's going to catch it any time today. So we can see that a cellar is coming up. Not sure where that's going to fit in this game, but... if he's getting us straight to cybernetics core and a simulator, I'm assuming he's going to want to get himself more gas type units such as stalkers and sentries. So the Nexus is continuing to pump out the probes. And what are we going to see get researched? Anything from the cybernetics core? Anything at all? Oh my goodness. I don't know. So stalkers come in and a cellar. I see what he's doing here. So he's going to be a bit aggressive at the start just to sort of test his opponent, see what he's got. So we've got the warp gate being researched right now, so the seller's going to check out the cell Naga tower. Probably what's going to happen is when the stalker comes out, it's going to go along with the seller, see if he can get a pop off a Marine, or at least do a little bit of damage. Looks like the probe's starting to back off a bit there. Meanwhile, let's have a look what else being built, resources wise, etc, etc. We've got units here, so... Is that stalker on his way? No, it looks like the seller and the stalker are just going to camp it up a bit whilst the robotics facility is being built. So, what's being produced so far? We've got concussive shells, so we're going to assume that's going to be some marauders coming out into the play. Oh yes, there's already one there, along with a Hellion. So this is very aggressive from SjoW here. It looks like he's going to be... yeah, I think DuckloadRa got to see that before his probe got killed. So he already knows that an impending attack is on the way. Pylon is being built, so units will be able to be walked in there very soon. Hellion's going to just sort of test the ground. I don't think SjoW's going to be able to do anything too dangerous here, but he's certainly going to put a bit of pressure on, make DuckloadRa panic a bit, especially if a bunker's being placed down. So it looks like the Hellion's going straight into the probe line. Meanwhile, SjoW's going to be trying to keep his forces busy. Oh look, is that... sentry going to go down? No, it sort of was being attacked at start and then it just sort of stopped getting attacked, so I don't know what's going on there. Meanwhile, I assume that the Hellion has been killed. Yes, it has. And it looks like SjoW is going to have to run away from this. Maybe that Marauder can pick off that sentry. No, it doesn't look like it. Seller here is going to chase off these 2 Marines. This is nice micro here, or at least it was until that Hellion had to run back. And then that left 2 Marines to get slaughtered. Oh dear. So the bunker is not going to survive this anyway either. So it looks like DuckloadRa is in a real good position right now because SjoW's earlier aggressiveness there did not pay off. Meanwhile, DuckloadRa has still got plenty of healthy units and he's about to make his move. That's one Marauder that's definitely dead. And we've got a Hellion that's fleeing back to base. Get away! So we've got Marines and Marauders just sort of still sitting, hanging around SjoW's base. He's not in any real trouble right now, but he's certainly not in the happiest position he could be in this game. So we can see that stim pack is being researched, but it's going to be a while before that is ready. So it looks like DuckloadRa is actually doing something very interesting here. He's using a warp prism. Now I don't know if you see that very often. We've got starport going down for SjoW, and of course his factories continue to be Hellions, but is he expecting the warp prism in his mineral line? I don't know. I don't think he is. There's not many units here, so he's going to try and warp in some units, I assume. So that's a couple of sellers coming in. That's always helpful if you can get a couple of sellers from the mineral line, but it's pretty difficult to get those sellers to focus the SCVs whilst there's an army here doing a little bit of damage. So we can see this DuckloadRa attack was interesting, but I'm really not sure how much that paid off. Let's have a look, shall we? See the income coming in. So we can see the DuckloadRa is actually 6 harvesters up. So that is a pretty big deal. But SjoW does have himself mules, so I'm pretty sure that the income is going to be relatively the same. Meanwhile, can we see anything new being produced? Well, the stim pack is about to go down, and a robotics bay is on its way. So we're going to see some colossi, I think. Or at least a colossus, at least one. You know, I'm getting ahead of myself saying colossi. That's assuming there's going to be 2 on the field. Do you think there's going to be 2? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. It looks like SjoW is really worried about this warp prison right now. And I think he's got a good reason, because DuckloadRa doesn't seem to be giving up on the warp prison tactics right now. Got a melee pack, so that's going to be good. So it looks like SjoW's going to be doing a bit of his own revenge there. Tactics. Oh, there's only one seller. It's not going to be able to do much, so he's more than prepared for this. Oh, he almost got that warp prison. Stim was there, but it wasn't quite enough. Meanwhile, the medevac is deciding to back off here because it looks like DuckloadRa has already seen it, probably, what with the pylon. Bear in mind that these 2 players are obviously very good, so they're able to see multiple things at the same time. So what's being produced right now? Lots of Marines, so that's to deal with any air threats. I mean, Marines with stim pack are so good. So good. I don't think they've ever stopped being good. This warp prism is just sort of casually going around, really trying to look for a spot to get in there, but I don't think he's going to get it. Not when SjoW is sort of on the prowl. He's sort of still aware that this warp prism exists, and he's more than capable of dealing with it. Especially when he's got all these Marines here to protect the command center. This is great foresight here from SjoW. A lot of people might just recklessly build their command center and sort of just place it there without any units to protect it. But it looks like Marines just going to get away, but it looks like he'll be able to protect this command center no problem. The one warp prism and whatever units it can warp in will not be enough to deal with this army right here. DuckloadRa has already got himself an expansion up and running, and he's happy. He's only got the one immortal to protect it, but remember, immortals are pretty tough. Oh my goodness, there's a colossus. And we're seeing a second one being made. This means that there could be colossi on the field. Meanwhile, we've got Hellions that are trying to do some damage to the mineral line. I'd say that was sort of successful, at least a distraction, but I don't think it's made that much difference to the effect. Oh wait, no, it did make a big difference. I made a slight blunder there by completely being oblivious to just how good SjoW is, because he had another medevac right here to place down units. And, oh, that was great. That was just a distraction. I thought he was just doing a bit of aggressive work there, but that was merely a distraction what was going on up in the main. The real action was going down at the expansion, and I'm sure he did get quite a few harvesters there. Yes, SjoW is definitely currently ahead, and also he's got mules. So he's sort of picked this game back up again, with the help of medevacs. It looks like the warp prison tactics didn't work so well for DuckloadRa, but the medevacs really are working for this SjoW guy. SjoW. Should I call him SjoW? I think it's SjoW. I'll just keep calling him SjoW, why not? Are you going to stop me? I don't think so. We've got a couple of Vikings out in the field. So what other units? Anything else being produced? Observer, that's definitely necessary. We've got Twilight Council, so maybe we'll see some Dark Templar, maybe we'll see some High Templar. Some sort of Templar, no doubt. So we're going to see SjoW get his army split up completely here. This did not go how he wanted it to do. But, did he get to kill many probes? That is the question. Income? No, he did not. So he's just going to lost quite a large proportion of his army there, needlessly. I mean, I understand his motives there, but obviously it just did not pay off for him. So once again, DuckloadRa, I would say, is probably in the lead right now. Oh no, oh dear, this is crazy. I've got to be more on the ball here. Alright, I'm going to be sort of looking at the minimap a bit harder. I'm sorry about this. So there's one medevac down there. He's crazy, SjoW. He's doing really well, actually. So I keep getting lulled into this sort of feeling that he's just doing these mindless one sort of direction attacks, but he's actually being a bit smarter than that and doing 2 attacks at the same time. Whoosh! Just had a little interruption there. I'm back on the game now, at least for the most part. I've seriously got to get the hang of this. That's the SjoW guy. He's sneaky, isn't he? He's sort of dropping units off left, right and centre. But I think DuckloadRa has had enough of this. He's like, no, no more. I'm going to go in there and I am going to kill you now. The observer's there. He's seeing what he needs to see. Looks like SjoW's going to stim. There's lots of Colossi here. It's going to be doing fantastic damage. All the SCV lines are coming off the line. We've got Vikings here nailing down on these Colossus. Marauders are also heavily hitting these Colossi. We've only got a few Stalkers left for DuckloadRa. Meanwhile, SjoW's still got quite a heavy, comfortable force. A lot of it is weakened, but it's probably enough to deal with DuckloadRa's forces right there. So DuckloadRa is going to be retreating right now. So if we look at the Harvester income, though, I think we know who won that fight. Ooh, SjoW is down like at least 24 Harvesters there. That is harsh. That is harsh. I don't think even 3 or 4 mules is going to make that difference. No, DuckloadRa has definitely had a successful attack there. He lost all his Colossi, and he needs those. They take a long time to build, and they're very, very strong units that support your army. Meanwhile, SjoW, if he can get himself all healed up again with these medifacts, and then go in with some heavy stim, he might be able to actually do so much damage that DuckloadRa cannot come back, because he needs at least a Colossi on the field. A couple of Colossi, I'd say, to be able to deal with it comfortably. We're going to find out though. Oh, look at that Colossus. It's down already. All that time building and it goes down straight away. Vikings are coming down on the floor to do some damage to the Stalkers that are here. Settlers are getting right in the face of these Marines and Marauders. It looks like there's not many Marauders left. I think DuckloadRa might just be able to survive away from this. If he can warp in a few more units, he's going to have to. He's got 1 Marine here. That's nice. I don't know if that's intentional, but it's doing quite a bit of damage to the probe line there. SjoW's got quite a lot of medifacts here, so he's going to be able to keep his Marauders up as long as DuckloadRa cannot kill those Marauders too fast. Just needs to keep those Marauders alive slowly over time, but the Immortal is going to make it much more difficult to keep your Marauders alive if you're taking 50 damage per hit. So it looks like DuckloadRa is going to repel this attack, but SjoW definitely came back quite strongly there. We can see that both of the Harvester counts are pretty even right now, and both of the mains are no doubt probably already depleted. So it's all about the expansions and keeping it. DuckloadRa is going to have to bring in some Zealots here. Obviously, it probably wants Stalkers, even though there are Marauders, because of the range. The Zealots will help against the Marauders, but if Marauders got medifacts, they just stim, run back, and they ain't going to have too much trouble from Zealots. Zealots are just merely there to get in the way, whilst the Mortal or whatever units can actually do damage. Are we going to see SjoW? He's going to sort of back off now. He's doing a bit of pressure. He's keeping DuckloadRa on his toes, forcing him to warp in Zealots, which obviously he doesn't really want too many of. But he doesn't have that much choice because he doesn't even have that much gas. It looks like he's forced to bring in Zealots. Meanwhile, SjoW is bringing in quite a comfortable new force in here. With all these medifacts to back him up, I don't think that DuckloadRa is going to have much of a chance here. This is some nice stim and moving. He's got Marauders at the front. Marines are at the back. They're doing great DPS here. It looks like he's really just... Oh, look at this. This is brilliant. I love that. So he's up to his old tricks again. A couple of Marauders in the back. This is such a distraction right now, and he's just doing damage to these probes. You know, that is just such a big deal. People don't realise that. Just a couple of units just left there to their own devices, just to nail up on the probes is just doing so much damage. So SjoW is just really keeping DuckloadRa under tons of pressure right now. DuckloadRa is not in a comfortable position. He's constantly having to move these probes up and down, so he's not going well for him. He's obviously got some units up here as well that is stopping DuckloadRa from comfortably mining up here as well. And it looks like DuckloadRa has decided to forfeit this game right now, and he's giving in the GG. So that was some brilliant play from SjoW there. Unfortunately, I didn't get to capture all of it, but it was great. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Woody. Bye.